Hey, happy Monday, everybody. Hope you guys are having a great day. The best kind of Mondays are the kind that you get off. Now, I realize some of you may have had to work today, but I did not have to work, and I'm thankful for that. But you know, today is not just a Monday, and it's not just a Monday that I get off, but today is Martin Luther King Jr. Day. And it's a day to honor his legacy, and I'm so thankful for his legacy, not just in racial reconciliation, but also a legacy of love and of spurring one another on to do good works and to love one another. One of my favorite quotes of his is, "Darkness cannot drive out darkness, only light can do that. Hate cannot drive out hate, only love can do that." So think about that today as we celebrate Martin Luther King Jr. Day. So I don't know what your guys' day has been like. Mine being a day off, we took some time to reset our family room that you can see behind me. Chill out. We played some video games. In fact, Isaiah is playing Spider-Man right now, and I think I'm gonna go on a ride. And my daughter comes home from PK retreat today, so I'm gonna go pick her up, and the rest of our day is just gonna be a family day together. And then our wonderful dog Zuzu. Hey Zuzu, how you doing? I talk to her, she gets a little excited, sometimes she pees. Still trying to work that out. Zuzu is an Australian Shepherd, and she is 1 year old. She's getting closer and closer to me. Don't pee. So Zuzu, how are you doing today? She's like, I'm nervous. Judah, how you doing, man?
Good.
Isaiah, how you doing?
Good.
So what are you playing?
Spider-Man on the PS5.
Sweet. Check it out. Awesome. I think I am gonna go for a quick ride around the neighborhood. My makeshift one-wheel charging station right here. By the way, if you're a musician, check this connector out. Literally an XLR connection for power. How crazy is that? So let's think about that quote for a second. Darkness cannot drive out darkness. Only light can do that. Think about that. If you only bring darkness into a dark room, you still get a dark room. The only thing to get rid of darkness is to turn on the lights. And what Martin Luther King Jr. was saying is the only way to get rid of hate is to introduce love. You know, I'm not an expert in anything, but I think that it makes sense and it stands to reason that if we want to see change in our world, we need to be the ones to bring it. If we want to see a world that loves one another, then we need to love each other. I need to love you. I need to love the people around me. And the only way we're going to see hate dissipate is if we introduce love. If we fight that hate with love. Fighting that hate with more hate, it doesn't do anything. In fact, it makes things worse. So this Monday, as we celebrate Martin Luther King Jr., ask yourself one simple question. What can I do to help? What can I do to show love? I guess that's two questions. Because I'll tell you, it's super easy to look around at this world and point fingers all day long. It's super easy. So we can either point fingers at all the problems, or we can be the solution. Let me say it this way. You can point, as I'm pointing at you, you can point fingers at all the problems in this world, all the problems in this country, all the problems with people, or you can be a part of the solution. And if you find yourself yelling at someone, you've done something wrong. If you find yourself consumed with anger, you're doing something wrong. If you find yourself like this, you're doing something wrong. Now the answer really is simple. It's a 4-letter word, easy, love. That's the word, love. There's a lot of definitions of love. One of them is listen. If you love someone, you listen to them. So maybe you need to do this and this and listen to what your neighbor has to say. Listen to what your enemy has to say. Listen to what your friend has to say. Stop talking and listen. At the end of the day, haters gonna hate, right? They're gonna hate, but you don't have to return that hate with hate. You can return hate directly with love, with listening. I guess the last thought I would leave you with is this. Maybe the first step in love is closing your mouth or stopping your thumbs from posting that thing on social media that you think needs to be posted, or texting that thing that you think needs to be texted. You get the idea. Maybe we need to stop, we need to listen and not feel the urge to respond. Because guess what? If everybody's talking, nobody's listening. And even if one person tries to listen in the midst of everybody talking, you may not be able to understand anything. It's a team effort here. So a few months ago, my family and I hosted a group with our church, and we just hung out together, did dinner together, had discussion, played games. And someone in our group made a very good point. And she said this when talking about just the chaos of good that's going on in our world. She said, sometimes you need to be okay with not being heard. I think that's brilliant. Sometimes we need to be okay. The ones that need to be okay with not being heard are the ones that are trying to scream at people. So be okay with not being heard. Be okay with not voicing what you think needs to be voiced, and just listen. Just listen. All right, that's my thoughts for the day. I'm gonna go drink a coffee and warm up. Hope you have a great rest of your Monday, and I hope you have a wonderful week. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.